Hey guys, and we're back after having a couple weeks off here. I think last time we all spoke about regionals. It's now Friday, May the 8th, and we've got the whole team back together. We got Adam, Chris, Cam, myself, Aaron. What have you guys been up to? Adam, what have you been up to this week?
Oh yeah, well firstly I'd just like to start off by saying it's good to be back. In terms of what I've been up to since my abysmal performance at regionals, I kind of lost a few games that day. Wasn't too fun. But no, what did I get up to? I've been playing some games, a whole bunch of games. Destiny, some iPhone games. I tried out Mario vs. Donkey Kong Tipping Stars for
cool.
Wii U.
How was that?
Yeah, no, it was really good. It was, one of those games that you can really just zone out. I really like those puzzle games that you can just zone out.
Yeah.
I was playing it on the gamepad while watching something on TV, so I've played a few of the levels. I'll probably play a few more of the levels as well. Oh, and I played some more Captain Toad Treasure Tracker as well. So I've just been trying to complete that and finish that one off as well. So that's a really good one, and I'd really recommend people pick that up.
What about yourself, Chris?
Yeah, good to be back, Aaron. I've had a pretty busy week. I'll say that every week, but it's been pretty busy this week especially. Been playing Gex 64.
Sweet.
Yeah, Cam and I last weekend with another friend, we went off to a retro game store and we picked up a few sort of retro games, and I've got Gex. I've been after that game for a while actually now, so it's good to sort of relive some childhood memories. And
does it live up to what
it's still fun to play for me, except just the camera is terrible.
Yep.
And the frame rate is terrible.
Like how bad are we talking?
I'm talking like probably around 15 frames per second.
Wow.
Yeah, at some points probably drops towards 10 at some points, and the camera is just it just doesn't do what you want it to.
Still a great game from a great era, though.
Yeah, it's great.
And what about yourself, Cam?
Well, I've been injured, so I've been locked up in bed, basically just playing Minecraft all day, every day. I've been playing a bit of Mario Kart as well, just working on getting the 3 stars for the cups on 200cc.
Oh, that's fun.
So I've got a couple of 3 stars, a few 2 stars, but it's just, it's really hard. I was saying before that I've sort of figured out a new way of driving. Like, obviously it already exists, but it's new to my sort of technique. I'm more of a power slide, never brake type of guy. But obviously with 200cc, it's just, you have to. So, but I found out that if you power slide, you can hit brake and you can hold brake and do whatever you need. And as long as you still hold on to the power slide, you can actually release it at the end and get the boost still. So it's really good to navigate those really tough corners. Just tracks like Yoshi's Circuit and Cooper City, like ones that just have lots of sharp corners one after the other. It's really good for sort of helping yourself off that. But yeah, like other than that, I've just been stuck in bed, so lots of games, lots of Minecraft, hours and hours of Minecraft. Started building railways all around my house.
It's good to be injured because you get to catch up on a few games.
Yeah,
right?
well,
Are you playing it on your computer or
Minecraft?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, just on the PC. Yeah.
Cool.
Not on your Xbox One.
No, I'm not actually an Xbox One owner because I like girls. No, no, just on PC. I mean, it's not a very intensive game, so the PC's plenty for it. But I'm not really into the mods or anything. I'm just kind of play the basic vanilla game, but might look into more depending on how long I'm injured. What about
How
you,
about
Aaron?
yourself, Aaron? Yeah, what have you been up to?
Just myself, I guess. I'm keeping up to date with things like all the new Arkham Knight stuff that comes out. I'm really excited for that.
Yeah, not long till that game comes out.
Yeah.
June.
I've been
Finally.
keeping up, about time. I've been keeping up with all the GTA 5 online stuff that's going on. I'm really, interested by all the mods and stuff that's happening. I think we're all interested to hear all the different stuff that's happening now that it's come to PC.
Yeah, well, have you seen any cool mods or anything like that jump out at you?
Bits and pieces.
Well, Chris, you were mentioning a pretty fun
Yeah,
mod
yeah,
you
yeah.
saw
So,
there.
there was this mod that I saw. They replace bullets with cars. So you've got like a machine gun, for example, and you just fire out just cars, and it's just ridiculous to see.
Modders come up with the
great.
best stuff, don't they?
Yeah.
Other than that, I'm playing a few new mobile games. Konami brought out a new Yu-Gi-Oh game for mobile, and it's actually pretty good. I really like it. I mentioned it to you the other week.
You did, yeah. And so I downloaded that, really enjoyed it. Then I decided to look a little bit more into it, and then I found another Yu-Gi-Oh simulator that I think might be worth trying out. It's called YGO Online, and it's kind of it kind of removes the sort of campaign stuff, and then it's more of a simulator. And then you kind of build your own deck and you play with it. So
awesome. We'll have to check that out as well,
So sort of like a Pokemon Showdown for you.
Yeah, for your phone essentially.
Okay. Oh,
yeah,
that's cool.
but for Yu-Gi-Oh, of course.
We just wanted to get together this week, guys, and talk about the massive direct that Nintendo brought out last night. We all stayed up and watched it.
Everyone's pretty much over the moon, ready for Splatoon.
That was a rhyme.
Yeah, I did it on purpose. So,
Not long to go. When's the release date, guys, for that one?
30th of May, 29th?
29th of May. So they announced, we'll get into the details, but one of the big things they announced at the end of it was the demo. So they've released a demo. It is available for download now. It will only be live for an hour, 4 hours.
Yeah, so there's a few times. So tomorrow at 11 a.m. Western time, goes till 12. It's like 1 hour block there. And then at 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. on the Saturday as well. So tomorrow, and then Sunday morning at 3 a.m.
So we're not
basically
100%.
a stress test for the server is what it's going to be.
And it's the same time all around the world as well, which is why they would have those times as well. And
so it'll be interesting to see because they haven't really said much about what the demo is going to include. They have so the demo is available for download, but all it is a main menu. That being said, beautiful main menu and the music already.
Yeah.
I love it. But yeah, I'd be interested to see if they give you sort of an offline practice before you go in, or if it's going to be purely online versus.
I just want to see chaos and
like,
everyone going in at once.
I mean, I'm already assuming it's pretty much going to be Call of Duty style controls.
Yeah.
But I want to see how Nintendo puts their twist on it. So really looking forward to that.
Yeah.
did the Direct talk about control methods as well?
No, I think it was very touched upon. Like, I'm pretty sure one of the triggers is going to be shoot, and that's about as far into it as
We did see a lot in the Direct of when people were playing, they were using the gamepad a lot.
Yeah.
Well, it's gamepad only. That's pretty much all that was seen there. We saw people playing on the gamepad, and we saw touchpad abilities.
Yeah.
They didn't go into anything about control.
It's good to see them actually finally a game sort of that really
Centered
utilizes the
around
gamepad.
it.
So I can't really remember. I think we spoke about this last night. How does that work locally? Do you need 2 gamepads?
Yeah,
or?
I don't know. I think there is a support for Pro Controller.
That's a good point because we haven't had a game that's required a secondary gamepad,
we haven't.
and that'll be a good thing to see. But it looks at this point, from what they said, one player is on gamepad, one player is on TV. So obviously the person playing on the TV won't have the gamepad options. I'm sure they probably bring down like a drop-down menu, like hold down Y and select super jump and that type of thing. But I mean, plenty of time to see that they might go into that on the demo.
We'll find out tomorrow, hopefully.
Yeah.
So really what they gave us a real good look at the Inklings. They did it all in kind of like a research paper format.
Yeah, it was really cool, the format.
Really,
like a mockumentary sort of like David Attenborough presents.
There's some funny names
Inklings.
going on for all the characters.
A lot of puns.
But yeah, they gave us a good look at the Inklings, a good look at the stages, weapons.
The tone of the Direct actually reminded me of a little bit of like Little Big Planet in terms of how
Yes,
it's
absolutely.
tongue-in-cheek
It
and,
sounded like
quite
the same
British.
guy even as well.
Yeah, definitely. Exactly. So there was a lot sort of revealed. No, I just wanted to touch on the fact that so you can download the demo now, and one thing also as well, if you do download the demo before the game comes out, you get 10% off the game on the online eShop. So
And the demo's free, so it's
And
like,
the
why
demo's
wouldn't
free,
we, you
So
know?
yeah, basically just unless you're someone who likes collecting hardcover games, like I like having the physical game.
Certainly.
I will be getting the eShop version because of the discount anyway, and just be buying the triple pack, which we'll get into later.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it's really interesting. I think they're really hammering online purchases. I mean, if you go into the eShop now, it's the most elaborate shop Nintendo has had online. I mean, if you look back at what they had on the Wii, it was so limited, but now it's like spread out across virtual consoles, new games, demos. I mean, there's even just apps and stuff you can download.
and it's presented in a format that's easy access, and the most important content is easy to access on the store, which I think is really important.
I like not to go too far off topic, but the eShop is very clean. It's very easy to navigate, and I like it has the main page. It says Mario games, Link games over here, and actually shows you a new thing to browse by character, which is cool.
Certainly.
One big thing they said at the end of the Splatoon Direct was that this is what we're bringing you now, but we're also bringing out new stages, clothing, weapons, all down the line. Here's some stuff we will be bringing you later. So they've talked about a lot of DLC, similar to Mario Kart and Smash Bros. As well.
But the difference being, instead of being months away, it's sort of a weekly sort of
they're
update.
like, we're releasing a map the next week. They're straight up saying this is happening like you will get all this.
It's like a platform.
And they said that, one of the things they mentioned about the online mode is saying, look, online mode will be closed off until there's enough people at a high enough level to play it for it to be
ranked.
Ranked at a high enough level. And then once that opens, a week after that, they will release a second online mode, which is really good. I think that they're setting themselves up to not say, here's everything we have, and then everyone just plays through it quickly and passes it, but it allows it to be staggered. But it's not as much as if you look at your Call of Duty games where you have to get a season pass. It's not like, all right, well, here's a subscription, and we're going to give you something like every couple of months. It's like, here's everything, and you're getting this very soon.
Yeah, but Cam, my concern with that is, if there isn't enough content to grab people there from the start. And so, I was having this in my head. So on release, it comes with like 5 maps, which is
6, I think.
5 or 6.
Yeah.
All right. So, 6 could be considered maybe quite low for a shooter of this magnitude. Yep. Like if you look at those mainline titles, like a Call of Duty or a Halo, you've got 10 plus maps to start off with. That I feel like that might impact on how it's received to start off with. If a lot of reviews come out and say, there's not a lot of maps to start off with.
I can see that, but it's not just the maps. So there's like 6 different modes announced straight from the start. So I think that kind of counteracts the fact that there is maybe limited maps. One of my predictions before I was saying I'm imagining at least 6 individual modes. And I think that's what they hit. So I know for the single player mode that they touched on, where there's a guy living in a sewer and you go visit him, then he takes you to the underground level and you're fighting the octopus.
Captain Cuttlefish, there he is. And you're fighting the octopus people who are basically the enemies of the Inklings. And that's yeah. And they're separate levels. They're completely separate from the combat levels. So I think that is a good way of extending its playability. I got mixed feelings on it, honestly. I was really excited to see that it's being supported to start with, but at the same time, it kind of feels like that content's ready, and that it's just sort of like it was sort of almost rushed out to market.
Yeah,
but
I see, and that's the thing. I kind of agree with you, Chris. I feel like if it's in our minds that we need to download a new update every week, like that's less attractive to maybe someone than to have it all in the box on day one.
Yeah, good point.
And so for me, it's like, I'd much rather like maybe wait a little bit longer, release the game, have all these different modes. And I think as well, if you have all those different modes with a whole bunch of different maps, just more variety for people, which is really important. And I think that ultimately is going to serve the game well in terms of creating a community around it.
Don't get me wrong though, Adam. I would actually prefer to have the game sooner and then be updated. But it just feels weird. I've never experienced this before.
No, it's very unlike Nintendo, isn't it?
From the initial content that we are getting, big highlights for you guys in terms of characters, guns.
I think the big thing that stood out more than anything wasn't even the gameplay or what they offered. It was just how it looks. It is a beautiful game. Like even in the Direct, everything was rendered so well. Yeah. And the soundtrack is amazing.
Nintendo's well known for that too, aren't they?
Yeah. One of the big things I liked was the reveal of the weapons and the types of weapons, because obviously in all the things you've seen these people running around with this big roller and a gun. So it's good to see an official, here are the 3 types of guns. Mm-hmm. And then them going...
with their names and everything.
Yeah, the names, and there's different types. Like, they're not just saying there's 3 types of guns. There's 3 sub-guns that you can then get different guns of that type. So what we got, there's the roller, which is basically just like you're pushing like a big bulldozer thing. Yeah. There's like a sniper style rifle, and then just your typical fast shooting blaster. Yeah. So those are your 3 main types. Big thing I liked was the sub weapons, how they announced that there are secondary weapons and special attacks.
Abilities, like it looks really deep.
It's so in depth.
I think that you can really go into customizing your character really well. Everyone's going to be running a different setup.
I'm so excited for that, Aaron. Honestly, I'm so excited for that. My little girl's going to have a snapback, and she's going to be like a... Yeah.
Chris is going to be dressing up his...
that's a good point.
Inkling
boy, Inkling girl. What are you going to go?
I'm going to go Inkling boy.
I wanted to just say as well on that, because I do think, and I'm going to make a somewhat easy prediction here and say that they're going to put at some point unlockable costumes via amiibos that you already own.
Yeah.
So I can see Inkling Boy wearing a bit of a Mario suit or a Luigi suit at
most
some
probably,
point
yeah.
along in the process. But no, I like the level of customizability. But obviously, for me, the prime part of it is not how the character looks. It's just about gameplay. And to me, the gameplay looks like it's going to be a lot of fun. And there's a lot of nuance to it.
That's one of the things they touched on. So obviously, the outfits are a big part of the game, but it's not just a visual thing. Each article of clothing has a different stat attached to it. And not only that, it has
Kind of
secondary
like battle
stats.
armor in an RPG.
Yeah, exactly. So
It's very RPG-like, actually. Yeah. I think about it.
it's very, very in depth. Like they also go into specialties and then subspecialties and stuff like that. And there's a lot of micromanaging to keep your character balanced, and you level up your weapons and stuff like that. I remember it saying.
Yeah.
So, and then you unlock more, and then there's currency, then there's sub-currency, and then there's special currency, and you open up different slots for your armor. I think that's going to be really interesting to see. I hope the design of armor is somewhat, all decent. I don't want to have to go around and find this thing that has the best stat, and then it looks ridiculous. Like you don't want to walk around like a plain brown outfit, but have like super abilities. Yeah. But that was one of the cool things I thought. The fact that each thing has its own abilities. So you might have one that gives you super jump, and then some of them actually have special abilities, like they didn't go into it too much, but like ninja or ninja jump and stuff like that.
Stealth squid.
That
And that caught my attention.
And then they have secondary stats. So one increases your shooting time, one decreases your paint use and stuff like that.
Yeah,
So,
I really enjoyed those types of. They actually remind me of the stickers in Smash Bros. Like for the customizable characters.
definitely.
Yeah, something like that. So,
Very
On the
RPG,
topic of
yes.
outfits, actually, they did also announce, like you were saying, the Inkling's Mike and Mario costumes. We now have Inkling costumes for your Mii fighters in Smash Bros.
Yes.
So
So it's gone the other way.
so we didn't get an Inkling character in Smash Bros. Might be laid down the line. What do you guys think of the Mii costumes?
well,
look great.
I know from the point of view of hoping for an Inkling character, if we look at the amiibo costumes, there is a Link costume.
Yeah.
So it doesn't automatically mean we're not getting an Inkling.
Sure.
Again, we've touched on this. No one plays amiibos anyway. I don't know a single person.
You mean me?
Me.
Me,
No,
me,
I
sorry.
know a
Everyone
friend of
plays
mine does
amiibos,
play a
but-
Mii character in Smash Bros. And is going to buy those costumes. And he said to me, he was like, I'm definitely buying those costumes. So he's pretty excited for it. But again, that's a personal preference. I don't play those Mii characters, and I know Cam, Chris, and Aaron, you guys don't either.
Yeah.
But for those that do, I think it's it's a great value add.
But I think we'd all like to see Inklings as a character on Smash Bros.
Absolutely.
But yeah, I think that's
I think
down
this
the
is
line.
coming
And it
from
makes
people
so
who-
much sense.
Very easy, just have Squid Girl, Squid Boy.
And the different colours.
And then the different colours. And I can see them... I know they've mentioned... did they mention something about each having different abilities? I know that they said...
Or the male and female.
Yeah.
I don't think
they
so.
mentioned in the amiibos, so I guess we'll hit this topic up now. The triple pack of amiibos comes with Inkling Boy, Inkling Girl, and a Squid.
Yes. I pre-ordered today.
Yes.
And they all unlock quests or missions to do in game. So they all unlock 20 each. Each is...
They have different challenges.
They have different challenges. So
Yeah.
the girl is based on the blaster, I think.
Yes.
The boy is
I
based
didn't
on
know
that.
The
on the
roller.
roller, and the squid is a mixture of both. So I'd like to see, if they were to be on Smash, for example, 4 costumes would be the girl, 4 would be the boy. And it would be cool to see maybe different playstyles because of that. I don't want to see 2 slots taken up by an Inkling Boy and an Inkling Girl.
That definitely
So,
won't happen.
so that's why
Putting it on
it would
record
be
right
cool.
now.
I think it'd be cool
heard
to
it here
see,
first, guys.
like maybe even if it's a cosmetic, like the girl has a blaster and
Yeah.
the boy has the long shooter or something, just something like that to differentiate them a bit more. That'd be really cool to see.
Yeah, cool. Yes, stages, guns you guys think you'll use?
I really don't know.
I don't know. It's going to be one of those things where you just find what works for you and then just do it, like in Call of Duty or something. And just you've got your loadout and you roll.
I think
with it.
once we try the demo tomorrow,
Yeah.
I
Well, it
think
depends on how much they let you play. Like,
yeah,
because you only have an hour, so it's 20 minutes to experiment with each
Yeah.
weapon, but then you have to experiment with different. Like, you
Yeah,
want to play as
it's
the girl, you
gonna
want to
be
play as the
interesting.
boy.
I'll be
gonna
trying playing. I'll be trying to play.
Hopefully
for an
the
hour.
connection holds
Oh.
up. Like
That'll
that's the only
be-
thing. That's really the only
I
thing.
think
right now.
I'm going to predict now that it might not, and they're
Yeah.
going to extend it out. It's not
think
just
it'll-
going to be a hard hour.
Yeah.
So I think we're all pretty keen for the demo. I think a lot of people will be, as we've said from the servers. I think we're all really excited for the game. All the content that was released last night got us even more excited for it. We're starting to think about how we're going to play and what we're going to do in the game. I think all in all, good Direct and good game coming out.
Yeah. No, I'm
was a
really
good
looking
Direct.
forward to it.
Well,
This month can't go quick enough.
Well, if we go into a bit more of the stuff they announced, what I liked is that they didn't give away gameplay too much, but they went into different game styles and the actual abilities of them. So they went into the whole speed difference of a squid being in ink versus walking normally, wall jumping and wall climbing, the different methods of using the weapons, like ones that spray paint in front of you and ones that spray it at a long distance. And so I think it's really good that they're showing not too much, but enough to get you hooked on it. So
So is your sort of summary of the...
it made me want the game. Like,
Yeah,
it did its job. I'm so...
I was so like, I'm pre-ordering this tomorrow. Like, I didn't pre-order the game. I'm buying it digitally now, so you can't really pre-order them.
Yeah.
So, but I did buy pre-order the amiibos, and I'm really, really scared of sort of getting into that collector's mentality of just buying all the amiibos now that I've got one, and now I'm going to have four.
It's sucking
So
you in, it's happening.
it's going to happen, I think, but hopefully not. Adam,
all in all, looking forward to the game.
Yeah, no, I think, like I said, it can't come fast enough.
Yep.
I think Splatoon is going to be a marquee release. I think May is actually going to be a really big month.
Yeah.
There's some big games coming out. There's been some really good news coming out of Nintendo this week with their financial report, which might...
Yeah, we'll segue into that if you
let's delve into that.
Report, yeah.
So, look, I was keenly reading, for the first time in 4 years, Nintendo is operating at a profit, which I think is really good news. Yeah, I think that deserves some claps. Yeah, so for the first time, they are actually making money on Wii U and 3DS. And so it's not all doom and gloom, and it's not all that the Wii U is not selling. So, in fact, they came out and they said that Wii U numbers were up in a big way.
I read that it's outselling 3DS now.
Yeah, it is. 3DS is on a bit of a downward spiral, but I think that's considering, it is on its sort of last end of the cycle. I think
Nintendo didn't post profits because of Wii U sales. We all know why they posted profits, and it's one word, one phrase, one philosophy. It's Amiibo.
It's Amiibo. Yes. Well, we just can't get enough of the little figurines myself.
It's
how many Amiibos did Nintendo manage to sell?
10.5 million.
So, wow.
Globally. Yeah.
So that's shipments in total.
Oh, so that's shipments. Yes, sorry.
So not sold through, but still, that's an astounding number of Amiibos.
Yeah, there's a little breakdown here, actually, of how many Amiibo went to each territory. So we've got 66% North America.
Yeah.
20% went to Europe. 11% went to Japan, and we got a paltry 3%.
It's interesting you should say we only got a paltry 3%, because I was at my local shop today, and I could see plenty of Amiibos in stock.
Yeah.
And it wasn't just the generic Super Mario ones.
Yeah.
It was things like
I've
Marth,
seen
Ike,
Bowser and that
Meta
sort of
Knight, like really hard to find
Well,
ones.
I think it's the fact that Australia's population is very small and compared to all the other
that's
places.
probably all that is, honestly.
We have like 1 for every 1,000 of everyone else in different countries, so
Certainly.
it makes sense for us to have more left over. That being said, though, we had like very limited versions of Amiibos compared to other countries. I had a friend who had to get his from Germany, and because apparently Germany just didn't sell. They didn't sell any in Germany. They were just sat on shelves, so there was heaps.
So where did he get his from if they weren't sold in Germany? He got them somewhere else.
They weren't in Australia.
Yeah.
He is Australian, so he shopped online in Germany to get it. So I think he knew someone there who sent it over.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, so they just didn't sell. So I think that was the first lot with Ike, I think it was.
Yeah.
So yeah, he
Wave 2 or Wave 3 or something?
That would have been like Wave 3 or something. No,
who
Ike
was
was
the
definitely
one
later on in
that
the piece.
was it Marth then? I know the
Marth
one
would have been
the
the
was
one.
the first wave character who was from one of the
Fire
sword fighters. Yeah. So there's some countries who they're just not selling at all. Some countries who they're selling crazy. I know America sells pretty well, but they also got the largest?
The largest proportion at 66%. So I mean, it doesn't surprise me that America is, I've heard stories of like certain madness of on Amiibo release day, people lining up bright and early at 8 a.m. And you don't hear that to the level of craziness in Australia
Yeah,
at all.
absolutely not. No.
But ultimately, it's good news to see that the strategy is paying off and that they are selling them.
Yeah, it's good news rolling into E3 as well. I mean, we're
Certainly.
5 weeks away now, so it's good to be that sort of...
Well, it's just a part of it. It's just a part of their directs now. Like every time you hear information or news from Nintendo, Amiibo is part of it. So it's now really become a crucial part.
I'm interested to see how it stands up because I know obviously with the new new Disney Star Wars, they've already announced Infinity 3.0.
Yes,
and I don't think I haven't seen. I'm not keeping up to date with it anymore, but I haven't seen a new Skylanders announcement.
I'm sure that's.
I'm sure there is one,
Yeah.
but obviously, I mean, Amiibo's not a absolute competitor with that because they're not quite the same thing. But obviously, that sort of peripheral purchase is on the same level. So I'm interested to see how it stays up against those types of games. I know Star Wars Infinity is going to be a big sell just because of Star Wars. I mean, you put Star Wars and you can sell pretty much anything. So interested to see if they can hold up the Amiibo sales through that. And they usually come out in October. So
just before Christmas.
That last third of the year is where the big sort of fight for Amiibos is going to be. And I mean, just imagine Christmas Amiibos
Just put them in your stockings, kids.
On one hand, I want to see special editions of Amiibos, but I want to have them all, so I don't want to see that. I know when I used to work at EB Games, we had like 1,000 different versions of every single Spyro character because EB got a version of it, then Big W got a version of it, and JB Hi-Fi got it. And all it is like one has a red nose or something, then they release the Easter versions, then they release Christmas versions of the same thing. So you're getting 7 or 8 different iterations of the exact same character. Altered appearance and maybe different abilities in game, but essentially the same thing. So,
but see, I wouldn't want that. Like, I wouldn't want that kind of level of ridiculousness with a Mario Amiibo. Like, ultimately, functionality wise, they really are meant to be used in the game. Like, they're not meant to be just collectibles. We don't want to see Nintendo just become a toy company
Again.
They're good at making games. Make the games, have good Amiibo implementation. I think we're going to see an Amiibo game at E3.
They also announced this week Yoshi's Woolly World will not only be using the Woolly Yoshi Amiibo.
Right. Yes, that is correct. So, it's not just the Yarn Yoshi Amiibo. The news has come out and they've said that any Amiibo will be compatible with the game and that it will... it's actually going to allow for some visual changes in the game and to make unlock a new character as well. So that's some recent news that's just come out.
I just want to say
the
again,
podcast.
It is well documented, but the Yoshi Amiibo is the cutest thing in the world.
Yeah. No, I agree.
They are adorable. I want to get all 3 of them just so I have them.
Certainly, and then another thing that's come out as well that's been really good for us Aussies is that it's been pushed forward. The release of Yoshi's Woolly World. So from June 27th, which is Saturday, which has kind of become this thing of Nintendo releasing games on a Saturday, it's actually been pushed forward 2 days to the 25th of June, which is back to the old releases where they would release on a Thursday.
Nintendo just love playing with when it comes to release dates, don't they?
They can't make
their
their mind
some
up.
games early, they some other Zelda games.
Don't get me started, Aaron.
I know it's a sensitive topic for you, Chris, but...
Well, it's a little known fact, Nintendo actually powered on tiers. So what they do is they put a date out and then they just snatch it from you and then they collect your tiers and that makes more games for them.
No, but
interesting theory.
But seriously, I'm genuinely excited that it's on a Thursday. For me, it just means I can download it Wednesday night, and I will be. So I'm looking forward to playing Yoshi's Woolly World when it comes out.
Well, they announced the bundle for that as well. So the bundle saves you, I think, was it $10-15? So it comes Yoshi with the actual Yarn
so it's just
Amiibo as well.
So the Yarn Amiibo retails for $25, or will be retailing for $25, and the game retails.
Is that Australian?
Yeah, Australian dollars.
Okay, yeah.
And the game will be retailing for $79.95.
Cool.
And that comes with a green Yarn Yoshi.
Yeah.
So I'm
The
kind of out
bundle
of
is
luck.
$89.
Okay.
It's only $10 for the $25.
Does everyone else want to rip it open and see what's inside?
I think it's just going to be stuffed, and then it will just have a little Amiibo like data thing. Yeah,
But yeah, I think that's what it's going to be like. But no, it'll just be like I'm really looking forward to buying one.
I kind of want to get 2.
I had a feeling they'd cost
3.
more than the regular Amiibo.
Yeah, they're 25 each.
I was right to speculate that. But yeah, that'll probably drop down to around about 20. Another game I'm really excited about in terms of releases coming up, and this is one that comes out tomorrow, is Kirby and the
Rainbow Paintbrush.
Paintbrush.
Oh, right,
That
yeah.
came out of nowhere. I completely forgot about it.
Yeah.
It's out tomorrow.
Yeah, that's right. Well, I think you forgot. The reason why you may have forgotten about it, Cam, is that it was delayed here. So America and Japan got it last year.
Have we heard much about it from the
Did they
States?
actually get it last year?
I think maybe they got it early this
No, I
year.
think you're thinking of Captain Toad.
Captain Toad. What did they get? They got it early this year. Though.
Yeah, they did. And it's
get-
actually called Rainbow Curse over there.
yes.
So we get Paintbrush for some reason.
Well, like it's just when Canvas
Curse
Curse
is really dark.
Well, but no, because
Yeah, yeah.
Canvas Curse, the first game had a different name.
Did
over
it?
Here. Yeah, it was
Okay.
called.
Ooh, I couldn't
I
find
think
it
it
on
was
eBay.
like Canvas Curse and
Canvas paintbrush.
Yeah,
it
yeah.
was something like it was something with
Canvas
paintbrush.
Course?
I think it was like power. It wasn't power paintbrush.
We have
I
internet.
do want to check that. So yeah, there were different names for it. I mean, anyway, I'm really excited to play it.
I'm interested to see like what difficulty it has because notoriously the Kirby games are made to be easy to play.
Yeah,
Very
And
accessible.
it's accessible and it's fun, but I would like to see a little bit more of a challenge.
I don't know if
But
you're going to find
I
it
don't
with this
think
game.
will. Yeah, so
I think Nintendo are very much. If you want to arrange Nintendo's platformers in like difficulty tiers, you would have say Donkey Kong at the top as the most difficult.
Yeah.
hate it.
You'd
Love
have
it,
your
hate it.
Mario kind of there as an
Yeah.
accessible but really difficult as well. There's some really
Yep.
difficult levels there, and then you'd have Yoshi
Yep.
kind of below Mario, and then I'd say Kirby's probably one of
Yeah,
the
I
easiest
completely agree with
platformers.
that, yeah.
Like, but it doesn't stop me from enjoying it any less.
But you can still like relax and kind of really enjoy the sort of
Yeah.
gameplay elements rather than...
Well, yeah,
losing
and I
your
mean, I
mind to-
played the hell out of Kirby Triple Deluxe last year on 3DS and really enjoyed it. So I will play every Kirby game.
The only time I play Kirby is in Smash Bros. And every time I try and get one of the games, something comes up and I just stop playing it. I think it's just because they are too easy and I'm not held in for long enough. But I'm hoping this one is different enough that it'll keep me playing. Because I didn't get to play Kirby Yarn at all.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't either.
Well, definitely stay tuned because, I mean, yeah, I'll be playing it and I'll be keen to talk about it next week. So, are you guys, are you going to pick it up, Aaron?
I probably won't, just because Kirby's just not my thing. Like I think, like you guys said, it's probably a bit too easy, and just there's more out there that I'd rather be playing, to be honest.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah. I won't be getting it, but I would have got it if it was a traditional Kirby game.
Certainly.
It's
okay.
not, so this doesn't really appeal to me.
Fair enough. I understand that.
I won't be getting it on release, but I'll probably get it.
So we'll have to wait for your rating.
But if
from
you
now.
say that, then Splatoon's going to come out. Yeah, you'll just have to wait for me to talk about it next week, guys.
Yeah.
So we got a few more Nintendo sort of announcements this week. What do we got? Oh, they just released more information about their mysterious membership service, which has been called.
Have
so
they announced a name yet,
there's
Chris?
no name, no, but
Club Nintendo 2.
yeah, it won't be called that. Yeah,
Club Nintendo U.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
Oh, I don't think
please,
they should
God.
ever add you to a
Shots have been
name.
fired.
Yeah. But no, so what details have they released?
Well, Satoru Iwata actually teased a few details. So I've got a quote here that I'll read from IGN. Basically says, "While we will announce the details for this integrated membership service at a later date, I can share with you at a high level the idea that is the consumer can access multiple devices using one common ID. So, like your Club Nintendo ID, you'd be able to log into your phone, computer, whatever. And I'm assuming you'd be able to see the exact same content.
Yeah, okay.
Is that wrong to assume, or
I'd
what
like
do you
to
guys
think-
think?
yeah,
I
no,
would
that's
definitely
something-
assume.
Yeah.
I
Are we
would.
going to see multi-format purchases? I know, like when you
That
look
has
at
to happen.
that,
Has to happen.
the Smash Bros for PSP. I can't remember the name of it. Battle, the PlayStation characters.
All-Stars.
All Stars. Yeah. When that came out,
Cross-buy.
you could buy it. Yeah, cross-buy.
Well, they instituted cross-buy with Mario vs. Donkey Kong Tipping Stars, which is a game I talked about earlier. And the management for that was, so when I downloaded it on Wii U, I got given a download code then and there to input into my 3DS. Whereas,
To own it
hopefully
on
with
both
what,
consoles.
Yeah, so
Okay.
I can own them on both consoles. But what I'm hoping is that Satoru Iwata, with these comments, is saying that I would just go into my 3DS, press download, and then it would download, rather than me having to put in a code.
Yeah.
So rather than downloading on your 3DS, it downloads to sort of a cloud sort of system where you could log in on your Wii U and then...
No, I'm more talking about it's just in my account.
Right, okay, yeah.
And then it
You can
automatically
put it to wherever
starts
you
to
want.
download,
Yeah,
and then I can
perfect.
just be like,
Perfect.
this gift has arrived, press it, download it, there you go, rather than even input in a code that's, quite laborious to put in. So,
Yeah, I agree with the codes.
but that's why I was really sort of interested in supporting that and buying Tipping Stars, because I want to see Nintendo do more of those cross-buy things because I think that that's a really good idea, especially when we're getting to this point where the 3DS is such a powerful console and parry-wise, it can match up with some of those Wii U games.
Yeah.
And
what else do we have, Chris?
Well, we've got Nintendo announcing theme park attractions are coming to Universal theme parks, which is really interesting because like we've obviously seen this with sort of Disney and that sort of thing, and I really see this as like Nintendo broadening the audience. Like they've done Amiibo now, so it's broadening the audience. Toy making, and now they're going to be in theme parks. So like
jump on Yoshi's Wild Ride.
Yeah, well
that sounds creepy.
Yeah, when I think the president like
Donkey Kong's Wild Ride.
Yeah, Donkey
How
Kong.
is that less creepy?
No,
Mario
I think
mustache ride.
Donkey Kong would be like a log ride of some kind. I'm already thinking of ideas, but I do think when Satoru, when Mr. Iwata was like talking about licensing and the idea of licensing, I think they were serious about it. And this is just another facet of that idea. I'd be interested to see if it gets incorporated into the closest Universal we have to Australia is the one in Singapore.
Yeah.
So I'd be interested to see if it's only the North American parts or if they...
I think it will be.
Yeah, probably have...
At least to start off with.
We'll see.
At least to
But,
start off with.
Nothing's off the cards.
Yeah, nothing's off the cards. But I'm very keen for it. My guess is it probably takes around 3 years, so I think we'll probably see it around 2018.
Yeah, you're probably right about that.
Yeah. So I hope they do more of it. I have fond memories of when Sega used to run a theme park in Australia. Run Sega World in Sydney, so I have fond memories
I
of
had
going.
no idea that was a thing.
I forgot about that.
You
I
forgot
knew it
about
existed,
that.
but it's just like a blank.
How old
thing.
are you, Adam?
Not that old, guys.
No,
I
yeah,
went when
yeah,
I was
yeah.
7, in 1997. For those who don't know, Sega owned a theme park. It was called Sega World. It was near Darling Harbour in Sydney. I went when I was 7.
It wasn't, huge, but it was.
I remember it being pretty huge, but maybe I was
Was it
7
like
at
a
the
3
time.
by 3 meter square room or something? Just
Well-
like one Sonic ride?
No, it was divided into 3 parts. So it was past, present, and future. And
Was the future the part where they had no money?
No, it wasn't. It was the part where they released the Dreamcast. But this was just before the Dreamcast as well. So this was when Sega was making money. They were in the hardware game. They had Sonic around the theme park, and it was a well regarded. There's still Sega theme parks actually around. I think when I went to Dubai last year, Sega owns a theme park over there as well. So, but yeah, I'm interested. I'm glad Nintendo's doing this, and licensing is really good to see. And I look forward to hopefully around 2018, I might be in the neighborhood to try out some of these rides.
Yeah, I agree. What do you think, Cam?
Yep.
You're in complete agreement with everything that we said.
Well, I think it's cool, but I probably will never.
But we
go
won't get
to
to
it.
experience it, of course.
Not in the near future, at least. Hey, if they build one,
We'll start saving up now, and you can go in 3 years.
Yeah, hey guys, pay us, and then we can all go.
Yeah,
To the
do a podcast
Yoshi
there.
Express.
Oh dear. Cool. So, another big thing that happened this week was Yooka-Laylee got funded. So the game.
Yooka-Laylee.
And it smashed its.
Yeah, I'm going to bring up the Kickstarter right now.
Yes. So for those who don't know, so it was originally codenamed as Project Yooka-Laylee, as in the instrument that you play, and then the announcement came out that it was Yooka-Laylee, so 2 characters. One.
So this is a spiritual successor to Banjo-Kazooie, isn't it?
Yes. Yes.
Straight away, I mean, you look at it. Even the text of the title looks exactly like Banjo-Kazooie.
Yeah.
Obviously, the whole point of this is, hey, we're the guys who made it. We're making something, bringing back that format.
Yeah.
I would like them to make it stand out a little bit more. Like the text is pretty much a copy and paste of it. But I can see that they're trying to get as many people on board.
Yeah, it's almost like that's exactly what
Do you guys like the chameleon and the bat?
It's I mean, it's an interesting combo. Like, obviously, there's got to be backstory for it, but I think it's interesting that they're both independent characters who talk. So it's not just it's actually people who are going to be talking.
Well, times have changed from the Nintendo 64.
Yeah.
It can only hold so much data.
And so Yooka is the male lizard, and Laylee is the female bat.
Yep.
Have they announced genders?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Well, it's interesting that, sorry, just on that as well, like you were saying that how it could be considered too similar. It reminds me of a similar Kickstarter project called, that Inafune started up after his new Mega Man game got cancelled
Mighty
and he
Number
left Capcom, and it was called Mighty Number 9,
yeah.
and it looked very similar to Mega Man. So I think it's similar enough that, like if I was, trying to like whip my sort of proverbial hammer at it, I could say, oh, it's way too similar. But no, I do think there's enough different that it sounds like an original idea, and I'm looking forward to seeing the implementation of those characters, and the levels as well. And now that technology has gone so far ahead from Banjo-Kazooie, we talked about this on the podcast. I did actually crank it up the other day and tried to play it, and I was like, it hasn't aged as well.
It really hasn't.
No.
The music has though, but like everything else is just
no. So I'd be interested to see how they implement it. And did anyone hit back the Kickstarter?
I haven't yet.
No, I need to.
I'm going to wait a little bit towards the end. All the good stuff is taken already anyway.
You can still get download codes.
Yeah, you can still get the download codes and all that. That's not a limited back. But there's have you seen the one that comes with the Nintendo 64 card?
Yeah,
that's so cool. It's a
card that's going to be operated on the Nintendo 64.
No.
So on the Kickstarter, what was their goal?
It was £750,000, I think it was.
Yeah.
£175,000.
And how quickly did they smash that?
That's it.
So,
40 minutes.
Like
40 minutes.
They're up to 44,356 backers. They've raised £1,448,489.
So almost 1.5 million
and there's still 39 days to go. Their top goal is one and a half.
Million.
Oh, they've upped it again?
I think it's 2 million.
Oh, well, 1.5 from when I last saw it is what they need for an orchestral soundtrack.
Yeah.
So that'd be cool to see.
And what are we going to get at 2 million?
I don't know, gold-plated controllers with
No,
it.
I highly doubt that.
No,
We've seen this done plenty of times before, guys, on other platforms. We've seen Jack and Daxter,
Ratchet and Clank.
There have been plenty more.
Yeah, well, Spyro. Well, back in the days of the 90s, it was Gex, like we said earlier, Chris. You know, it was Gex, it was Banjo-Kazooie, it was Spyro, Crash, and then subsequently later on, it was Sly Cooper, Ratchet and Clank, Jack. The PlayStation really took control of that genre. Sorry, Jack and Daxter. Yeah. So I'm really interested to see what comes out of this. I'm always wary with Kickstarters though as well in terms of completion of projects and that kind of thing and the kind of pitfalls that.
Do you guys like the
they
combo
run
fighting
into
games though? Do you think that's something that's we're going to keep seeing more of, especially with, if Yooka-Laylee does well? Do you think other platforms will bring out similar versions again?
Well, I think most companies have done it. And they've moved on.
Been there, done that.
These guys' whole point, was it Platonic?
Yeah, Platonic.
Their whole thing is that this is what they're doing. They're a new company now.
This is what they're good at.
This is what they make a point of. They're the best at making this. Whether this becomes a successful series, and like Yooka-Laylee will end up being their Mario, their Sonic, and we can see that. I mean, they're already announced that it's going to be
their Sonic.
Yeah, well, it's going to be it's cross-platform. This isn't Banjo-Kazooie that's only on Nintendo and then a little bit of nuts and bolts on Xbox. It's going to be across all platforms, so it's going to be a game that stands up against
day one as well. That was one of the stretch goals that they made. So day one release multi-platform.
Who knows? One day we might see a Platonic Games world.
We might. Yeah, that is a long way to go.
But I do think, I think, like Cam said, it's this idea of the companies that are going to take risks are the ones that are going to be these Kickstarter kinds of games, right? It's not going to be your mainline publishers. They are going to spend the millions of dollars on games that they know will sell, that they know have a certain audience, the blood on those gory kinds of games, and there is more of an audience for those. That's not to say that there isn't an audience for a game like this and for a platform like this, as the Kickstarter's shown. So I'm really excited to see what comes out of it. And I wish those guys the best of luck.
We are all excited for this game.
I think it's a fair way away, so I'm trying not to get myself too excited.
Have they talked about release windows?
No, I'm assuming it's going to be at least a full year away.
Yeah.
We're talking late 2016, I think.
If that.
But my concern is I hope that they can get it out in time so that we're not having an issue where
they have enough money for it now.
Yeah, they certainly do.
It's good to see that at this point, the game will come out. The game is set. I know they've got a bunch of different editions for where you can back. Like comes with a T-shirt and collectible coins and stuff. Just going back to the Nintendo 64 cart thing, it's basically a USB.
Yeah, it's a hard drive.
Yeah,
it's a flash drive.
Nice. So it's it's collectible.
It's branded. So it basically looks exactly like, or it's going to look exactly like a N64 cartridge, and I think the box as well. I think
Yeah,
they're
it
doing
comes,
the full
it comes
thing
with a box and a booklet,
Wow.
and it's all signed and stuff. So, and one of the things, everyone who backs gets a special mention. So, I mean, they're up to 44,000, so there's going to be a special mentions book
Credits are gonna be
included in it.
huge.
So.
I think it's just credits, so yeah,
Yeah.
just credits. So it'll just be a long list.
Do you have anything else on the list of awesome things Nintendo has brought out for us this
No, I
week?
don't think so. I think we're basically done.
So what do we have? We had Splatoon, we had
Yoshi's Woolly World
Yoshi's
news.
Woolly World, we went over Kirby.
Yeah.
Nintendo financials.
Yeah.
Things are looking up. I just really...
Yooka-Laylee, like
Yep.
all in all, it's been a really good couple of weeks.
Yeah, it has been.
Certainly. You know, again, that E3 hype train keeps rolling along. And
Choo-choo!
Choo-choo. And with a month to go...
I think from here, so what's first? We got
Well, we got Kirby tomorrow.
Kirby tomorrow.
Oh,
that's,
well,
that's
sorry.
Splatoon.
Puzzles and
Kirby's
Dragons
released.
as well. Got to give a shout out to
Yep.
Puzzles and Dragons.
Sure, yep.
So Puzzles and Dragons comes out tomorrow on 3DS. It's a match 3 game. It's got Puzzles and Dragons the regular version, and it's also got a Super Mario edition.
Yep.
I think I'm going to pick it up. I don't know if you guys are going to pick it
I
up.
just won't. No.
No.
Yeah,
I
those
played it-
games, I never. If that's the type of thing I go, oh, you've got it. Yeah, I'll give it a shot. I don't buy it. I never have time. I still have Shovel Knight on my DS, and I haven't passed like the 3rd level. I'm sorry, Chris.
I
He's
really
crying
want to play
as we
Shovel
speak.
Knight. I really need to play Shovel Knight as
No
well.
one's played. Oh my god, no one's played Shovel
I
Knight.
played it. I just not on my like. I've
You played
played it
the first
more on
level.
yours than I have on mine.
I'm just going to be quiet here.
Yeah,
This one
no,
out.
no. We're doing. This is our next episode. Is going to be all
Shovel
about
Knight, we guys all playing Shovel Knight. We're sitting here until you pass the game.
All right, yeah. So I think next one will be Kirby Splatoon
Yeah,
release.
we're going to be doing Splatoon impressions after release, so that'll probably be our next video. And we don't want to look too far ahead, but then probably it'll be E3 or something like that.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
I think
Predictions, yeah.
we've been speaking about this a bit recently. I was probably going to be focusing a lot more on just Nintendo stuff specifically.
Yeah.
You know, that's what most of us play and what we're happy to talk about. So
Yeah, certainly.
We'll be focusing
We'll
on a
mention
lot
other
more.
stuff
We'll be
briefly
dabbling in
now
other
and
stuff,
then, but the main focus of this podcast is Nintendo stuff. It's what we're passionate about,
Yeah.
and there's enough news that we can keep that focus.
You could say we are Nintendudes.
You could say that.
So we're going to have some changes coming up soon. That may or may not be one of them. We're just going to leave that to the side for now.
But look, thank you guys for listening.
Yeah.
And I'll just say
Likes, comments, shares, and upvotes on YouTube, and everything you want to give us, all your support and appreciation.
Yeah, don't forget to like the Facebook page.
I think it's important for us to let everyone know, you know, this is something that we want to step up. We're definitely looking for more areas to get it out. We are looking at an iTunes account and basically getting this available as a download, so you don't have to constantly go through YouTube.
Yeah.
So there are plans. Everything's it's all set in motion. So never fear.
We'll keep you in the loop about it all.
And with you guys helping, we'll get there faster. So yeah, like, comment, share,
That's it.
and definitely let your friends know. If you're going to work and driving, have a listen.
Tell your friends, tell your mum, tell the guy that you see down the street.
Tell your Uncle Pete.
That weird
Tell your-
cousin you got.
Tell your butcher.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, well, look, thanks. Thanks. For
Adams
listening.
has left the show. Thanks, Adams. It's been nice knowing you.
Thanks, guys. If you guys are all happy, I guess this is our sign off.
Basically, wrap up.
Yeah.
We'll see you post Splatoon.
Yeah. See you soon, guys.
Yeah.
Thanks a lot.
Yeah, thank
Bye.
you for listening to
I've been holding in a piss
I'll
for the
edit
last
that
40
out.
minutes. Please stop the recording.